Hello Minecrafters, I'm Adamantarx and welcome back to another session of Minecraft Survival 102. Today I'm going to show you how to make a nice, well-organized sheep farm. The primary purpose of a sheep farm is to provide wool by shearing the sheep instead of killing them. It is also good, I think, for this manual farm to separate them by color, although I have seen a lot of good builds where people use water to create a semi-automated farm by which the sheep pass by on water. You stand in one spot and shear them, and the wool collects in a hopper. I've seen all kinds of different permutations of that design. But me personally, for now, I'm just happy at this point just to have a regular manual farm where I can go and shear the sheep that I need for the project that I'm working on and eventually build up a stockpile of wool types. There are 16 types of wool. There are 16 colors used for things like wool and stained clay and stained glass in Minecraft. And so we want to have 16 different holding areas. I've already made those because I know that you know how to dig a hole already. If you're not sure how to dig a hole, you can go check out Minecraft Survival 101, which actually covers the basics of Minecraft and step-by-step videos. But here are our holes and for holding the sheep. I want to show you a few interesting features of this that I've gained through a lot of Minecraft experience, and there are other ways surely to do this, but this is my way and I thought I would share it. It works great. So the first thing to notice is that not only do we have these holding areas, but when we go in to work with the sheep, we're not going to really be able to get out. If we're here, for example, under normal conditions, you can't jump out of a hole that's 2 blocks deep. So what do? What you need to do is you have this minecart here, and if you right-click a minecart, you go inside the minecart and thus out of the hole. For efficiency's sake, I prefer just to put one right down the middle for both sides, and then I can right click and get out. This is probably the most complex feature of this build. When I first started doing these, I would use a whole block here on the end. Well, that's kind of annoying when you have to go around a block, so a slab will hold it in place just fine, so you can just run right over that. Of course, why not just run to the side? Anyway, that's the basic build on that. So what are we going to do here? Well, I'll show you how to build one of these. Later I'll do something here, maybe some extra sheep. I'll figure out which color is more abundantly used. I like to use reds and browns, so I'll probably put extra sheep in these extra 2 holders here. But for now, this will also help with the cattle. Put one here, put a half block here, right? This is important. Notice that if I place a rail, right, notice that rail automatically, if it's just a single rail, that it defaults to running north-south, right? Now, if I do this, now I can change that, of course, and make it default to running east-west, right? You get rid of the extra rail, and it's there, and it works fine. But just with the way this is set up, of course, north-south works just fine for me because that's the way I have my base organized. All right, so I've placed the rail, right? And it's hard to see when you're just looking at the minecarts that there's a rail there, and then you place the minecart on top of that. Now it's stationary because it's held in place by these 2 blocks. It might jiggle around a little, but that's about it, right? So now we have a system to get out. Yay! And this sheep can't do that, so life is good. I'm just going to go down and place all these minecarts real quick before we move on to moving the sheep around. I'll share my method for that. Alright, there we go. Actually, if you have a keen eye, you might notice, looking at some of the other farms, like my chicken farm, for example, that I didn't actually use slabs there. I used whole blocks. See that right there? Okay, I'm going to change those out to slabs because I like slabs better. It's a little more convenient just being able to go right over that. Anyway, let's get our shovel here ready. Our shovel's ready for power. I don't really care if it does. It's easy to repair. It's about to run out of duration or health is what I should say. So notice that these are isolated. On the one hand, if I wanted to be a little more efficient, I could have just done these blocks one wide or maybe even two wide. If you do it one wide, the problem is that I don't know what you'd call it. Maybe it's a bug in Minecraft, but the sheep, the different sheep colors could actually go through and even breed through. You might breed a baby sheep and then it pops out over here. With it 3 wide, that absolutely won't happen. And it also gives you a lot of room to run around and traverse this without feeling like you're always on a balancing beam when you're going between your sheep. So I prefer to use the extra space and think long term and make it convenient. So notice that most of our sheep here are in the middle. That's because my original sheep holding area was somewhere out here in the middle, and it was just a much bigger hole, and it held all the sheep. I wasn't looking for any one particular kind of wall. I have since then moved these around a little bit and organized them as they jumped out and jumped into the hole of their choice. But now what I'm going to do is force them into the different areas. Notice that here we have multiple sheep. This is a great place to start. You want 2 or more sheep. We have 4 sheep here. Well, that's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in here. And I'm just going to dig out a little passageway. Now these fellas, or ladies if you prefer, they can't go through there. They're too tall. However, their offspring can go through there. So let's breed some sheep. Get that XP because why not? Let's hop out of there, go over here, and let's bring them in. That way we don't lose the sheep we have over there, but we gain some new friends. Now, for now, I'm going to close these little guys in. Oh, by the way, if you haven't figured it out already, Minecraft fun fact, animals will do exactly what you do not want them to do every time. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they know what I don't want them to do, but they do. They knew I didn't want them to go back over there, so they did. Minecraft is psychic. I have no other explanation. Anyway, that's the method. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just do this the long, slow way. There's probably a faster way. I could have kept luring them over all the way to the end, all the way down here, and then kept going that way. It doesn't really matter how you do it. I think what I'm going to do is just breed these and then keep moving them over. What I could do, notice that I have 3 sheep in here. Well, maybe, if I'm lucky, make that just 1 wide. Maybe I can get 1 to come over. Nope. Oh boy, sheep in Minecraft, I'm telling you. I think sheep are especially resistant. Wait until they come on over. There we go. You go back over there. Perfect. You have to have your timing down. It's an art in itself, handling livestock. Alright. But it pays off. Okay. So now we have these 2. That's great. And by the way, right now, color doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what color these are, mixed, white, brown and green, whatever they are is fine. Mostly I found white, brown, and gray sheep naturally occurring in the area, and that's why these are the color they are. Once I get them isolated into these pens, And I want to have a minimum of 2 per area. And I don't want to have any more. Not much more than 2. Then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to right click them with the die of my choice. You probably know how to do this already if you've been playing Minecraft for any amount of time. But since we are covering sheep farming, I should include it. Here's where I'm keeping my die. Let's say that I want to make some sheep cyan colored. I just get cyan dye. There are plenty of tutorials online for how to handle dyes in Minecraft, how to find them, how to make them. They come from various sources, mostly flowers. Let's say, for example, that I want to make this one cyan and that one cyan. I just right click them with the dye. Now they're cyan. Once you do that, and let's say these two were isolated, if I bred them using wheat, they would only produce cyan offspring. Of course, if I bred the cyan sheep with the brown sheep, there's a chance I could have a brown sheep or a cyan sheep. So what I want to do is get these isolated first, then I want to go through and dye them, then I interbreed them. So I have maybe about 10 or 15 sheep per holding area. You can do more than that depending on your computer or server's capacity to hold a lot of livestock. I'm doing this tutorial in single player mode, so I'm trying not to overload my computer at this time. Anyway, that's the gist of it. Once we complete this process, just like we did over here, and it takes a little while, we'll have a fully functional, ready-to-use sheep farm. Then it's just a matter of going in. Let's pretend we have a bunch of sheep in here, shearing them with the shears, right, made with 2 iron ingots, gathering our wool, right-clicking the minecart, and going wherever else we want to go to work. So, anyway, there is the way, I think, to build a good, fully functional, well-organized sheep farm in Minecraft. And that is our session of Minecraft Survival 102 for today. Until next time, I'm Adam Antarks, and I wish you happy Minecrafting.